Hey everybody, it's Triple J. Welcome back to another episode of Modded Valley here in Cities Skylines. And today we are sitting atop a little mountainside, a little hillside rather, out in the outskirts. And I thought that we would today tackle that ore mining facility that we talked about in the last episode. I was looking at the other where we were last time in our industrial farming area and that little neighborhood, and I thought about the trains and connecting all that up to the cargo station, and I was sort of doing a little bit of looking into how our cargo network is set up, and I'm not happy with it. So we are going to tackle that at some point, but I thought what would be beneficial is sort of fill in the last piece of the puzzle out here. So if we put down our ore facility, we can then sort of dictate, you know, we have oil over here. We have farming right here. We can have our ore over here. I think we're going to probably do some more farming in this area. And then we also have just farming over here and forestry. Oh, we have forestry down here too. Not just farming. We have some forestry as well. Oh, do we have forestry out here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Actually, we don't. So this is just farming. We have Dean oil. This is going to be ore. Okay, so we need actually proper forestry, which I think we could maybe do over here. So kind of what I'm thinking is when we establish the ore, we can have a line running around the edge of our map, connecting up. And then I want to move this. I don't like where this is. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to have this cargo station. In fact, I don't really like this whole area. The reason we kind of had this in here was because we were kind of running up against the corner of the 9 tiles that we had. But we have so much more space now that I think I want to redo all of this. So we can move our cargo station. I don't know exactly where yet, but basically an area so that it can be used for our farming area and the oil. And then have it come up, connect another cargo station over to here, then have it all sort of loop right into the cargo airport. So somehow bring this kind of all together, but have that as just its own single route, not connected to the outside world, and then have a separate line connecting to the actual region as well right in here. Or to a station across the street. So we need to link all these pieces up, and it's a little tricky, but it's a fun thing to tackle because rail is very tricky. It really, really is. It's a tough thing to kind of nail down. But you know, you can't do everything in one day. So we're gonna just tackle this first, so we can kind of start to see where our pieces are and how we want to shift them around. So let's get the ore facility in here, and then we can start to connect these roads down through here. I think we might upgrade some of these roads. This is prime for an upgraded road. We can even peel off something over here. But what I'd like to do first is do a little bit of terraforming here. Now it's tough because we didn't do a lot of that out here, so there's kind of some different planes, which is fine. I just know that we're going to want to dig into the side of this mountain, and that's just going to require some terraforming over here. So let's go. Let's see. So the mountain kind of slides down right here. You know, the first things first, get rid of the trees. You can always put them back later. They're just, it becomes hard to see. Now make sure when you're using the forest brush and you're up against your map edge, you can delete trees on the outside of your map edge, but you cannot put them back. So just be very careful when deleting trees at the map edge, because if you kind of slide over and you're like, oh, there's a weird circle, you know, shape that is missing from trees, you're not gonna be able to put those back. There is a mod called, I believe it's called Cross the Line, which allows you to build sort of tracks and sort of essentially build outside, I think, of your map edge. I don't know if you can build everything. It might be just you can do certain things with it, but I believe that would allow you to maybe put your trees back. I don't know too much about that mod. I just know that I've been seeing it for a very long time on the workshop, but so I don't know all the details of it, but you can certainly check that out. Okay. So we want to dig into the side of this. I don't want to disrupt and change too much about the actual mountain. But let's grab the large brush. Start to just carve. You know, I even want to go a little lower. Let's grab that height and dig out. Oh, yep. I should really turn off soil availability. Or turn on unlimited soil, actually. That's just going to cause us issues now. But let's just put it right here. I'm going to be able to use all that up. There we are. For the sake of this playthrough, I should certainly have that on, but it's all right. So we're going to just carve that out the side. Maybe even a couple different tiers of it. So do a little of that. And then we go here. Just have a couple different heights. Yeah. I'm going to add some more to this. Here. Yeah, just a slight change in that elevation. So we can flatten that, and we'll flatten this. And that's a pretty big area, in fact. See, I'm going to push this up a little closer to the edge of the mountain, or the hillside here. Kind of bring this in as well. Okay. Then, I'm going to go... This is all... It's... Because the lines are so wide up, the contour lines are so wide apart, that means it's pretty... It's not a very steep slope, right? We have pretty gentle curves, as you can see over here even. I mean... Well, this is a little tighter of an area, but these are pretty smooth. But what I'm going to do is just sort of ramp a little bit to there. And then I'm going to grab this road. I'm going to take, let's see. What road did I use out here? Just the regular street. I'm going to use this road. The industrial road. Okay. And then I'm going to grab the national road. And I'm going to pull that out. Straight out like that. You can see that. I mean, that is as gentle of a slope as you're gonna get. So even if we do decide to connect another road off of it, build on this road, it is so slight that it's really not gonna cause that much issue in terms of aesthetics of like the look of it. But let me see what we have going on out here. This is a little steeper though, so I'm gonna grab this height. And then slope this down to connect up to here. Just gently. There we are. So I'm going to grab here. And I'm going to peel this off. And then straight to there. Yes. Yes. And this is going to curve like that. Now, because of anarchy, we were able to sort of build that weird shape, but with move it, and you see how it's not quite right, but with move it, we're going to be able to make that work. Now, this looks funky. this is going to go straight across and connect up to here, which is sort of a back entrance into the city, which I don't know if I like. Because this area is going to change a bit, I think. Well, we don't need to connect up to the city. It could just sort of weave over here a bit, I suppose. Well, let me just go straight across there. That dips down pretty far. Let me take move it real quick. Grab that. Grab all the nodes. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. Grab all these nodes. Except that last one, because I'm not sure of that. Then I'm going to go here to the Align Height tool. And I'm going to align it with that. So it's going to raise up the rest, which will allow the boats to go under. And that's really what we're looking for there. Now, we could slope this down. That's pretty steep. I'm going to start to bring this down. Start to just decrease this here. So it's not as dramatic. I'm going to redo this part. Go up to about 9 there. And then down. Because some of this is going to have to get redone probably anyway because of the weird heights. So let's not spend too much time just fixing this, but just giving it a little bit. It's more of a, gentle slope there. And I guess for now we can connect these pieces. Because I don't really care if it gets rid of that rock. Way to do this a little nicer. Sure. I mean, again, this is really not going to probably stay because this is all kind of awkward and the way the shape is of the hill. But for now, I think that's all right. We'll see how much that gets used. If this starts to get really clogged, because this is just a one-lane road over here. This was not meant to be anything besides garbage trucks. So, we'll see. So if that starts to get too clogged, then we may have some issues. But there we go. We have a little junction there. It starts to give us a little bit more of a shape, too, as to how we can continue pulling out some of these dirt roads. But anyway, back to this. Do we have actually ore out here? I think we do. Indeed we do. So perfect. But I'm going to grab more of it anyway. Kind of fill this all in with ore. Okay. And then, so we're going to have the excavators, like the large digging sort of assets right into the hillside here. And then maybe at the bottom edge, we'll put in some of the like factories or the warehouses rather, and maybe some of the manufacturing plants and things like that. Now, kind of feel like this road should continue maybe up and over, and then it can loop back. I kind of like to use the national roads and some of the rural highways as just, kind of kissing the outskirts of the city a little bit. Because then you can kind of connect the dots with some of those smaller towns that you make later on in the edges. But at the same time, we could do as well is have we could make like a larger town out here. Who's to say we don't have, larger towns on the edges? Could certainly mix it up that way too. Or perhaps over here, or maybe another one out here. This is kind of a prime kind of area. Or we could even extend. Yeah. Possibilities. Possibilities, friends. All right. So, this is coming in. This is coming in. Oh, boy. We're going to need... Let's see. I'm going to... Doesn't it's kind of weird to bring it down just to bring it back up? Could this one be bridged? Oh. Okay. So, new plan. New plan. We grab this height. Carry it through. Bring this down. And then... I don't want the... You can go down a little bit with that, but I don't want the suspension bridge thing on it. That seems a little overkill. But if this was just bridged, as we come back over to this side, and then this can curve off yeah. Grab a little bit of that. This. Start to curve. And then that will go over here somewhere. So we have this like bridge cutting through, and then these can connect up somehow. Oh, man. I think this needs to go in further. Yeah, we don't need that much space. And then, yeah, so this will come up and connect. We don't need to probably do a full proper interchange. This is pretty high. I'm willing to bet we could lower this even more. So let's go down with this. Kind of level it to that. So I'm going to grab these nodes. And align it with... that didn't seem to do what I wanted to do. Actually made it higher. If we keep kind of coming down a little. There. That's even a little bit better. Grab those. And align it with that one. Because it's pretty high. It's pretty high. And this one can come down. There. It's pretty flat. Very good. Okay. So. Oh boy. We zoom in and all these rocks are here. They disappear. Oh, okay. So this comes through and will sort of turn into, well, it actually should probably be, now if we put the 4-lane road, that just seems really huge. Especially if we have two 4-laners going into a single lane. That almost seems like we need to have a little more, like, longer of an approach with that. And maybe have this come over and connect up. Back up over to here. Oh, that could work. That could work. Too much soil. Let's get rid of some. Okay, let me go like this. Back that up a little bit more. Because I don't mind, because it's sort of more rural, I don't mind that it's just going to connect up to that straight on. Okay, so that could be a way off to get down to here. We could do another one of those over in this direction, bringing this road up. Okay. Now we're starting to feel it out here. Wasn't exactly sure how this was all going to shape out, but I think it's going to work now. So I'm going to grab that and go right about here and bring it around like that. So we hide the road a little bit behind the hillside there. We'll see how that looks. Start straight. Curve. And I would like that to oh, here we go. Well, I'm gonna go like this. Go like that. And then I'm gonna connect these up. Like so. And I'm going to use the 2-lane. Let me back that up just a bit more. To do something like that. Wonder if I can use move it to slide this down. Indeed I can. The powers of move it. So I can then, I pulled it off course though a little. There we are. So I can get we're gonna have to use traffic manager on that. I wish. Go like this. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I'm gonna lower this faster. Actually, I'm gonna bring our hill back up. We can drop it to the hill quicker. All it takes is patience, friends. A lot of patience. And this might not be the most interesting thing to watch. However, I mean, this is literally my process. I mean, this is how, this is how we build things on stream. This is how we do it. I think I hope that it's beneficial because this is how I do it. I mean, I'm not like kind of changing my build style to be faster or to. This is pretty much how I do it. And I think that's probably maybe valuable, because then you're actually getting to see how I do it versus, you know, just a condensed version, because then you're not, I don't know, it might not be as helpful. Not like I build everything perfect, but you know what I'm saying. Now, can I get this? How do I make that whole? Finesse. I think that needs, there we go. You know, that needs just a little bit more love right there. And ideally no tears. Okay. That is kind of a weird kink in the road. But I think we're gonna take that, because so then what we're gonna do is just to get a little traffic manager in here. So this is gonna go straight and there, and this is already indicating that you can't turn left. I don't want anyone turning left there when that's all connected up. And because these are so sharp, I think they're already sort of indicating that you can't do it. So both will go into one, I suppose, and then this will just, you can go straight there. And I'm not going to allow you to turn left. You can't use that as a turnaround. And there. To there. Great. So then we have two, those are our two connections, and it actually almost creates this sort of almost like a half clover type of a feel to it, which I think is pretty nice. All right. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna bring it down so I can bring this road up. Start to curve it. Well, actually, like this. Off there. Yeah, I guess I can, yeah. It's a really sharp curve, but. And then I'm going to do a little of that. And of course, I do this just to create, you know, put another node in there so I can delete these to make then that curve. It's kind of an odd shape, isn't it? We might have another road come off here, and if that is the case, then I might make that straight again. But I'm kind of thinking we could have some roads coming off of these directly to the hillside. So now that we have a little more road in here, I'm gonna punch this back even further. Cool. And this side, you can start to make a little more. Like the road is the defining line of the hillside. And then on the bottom here, yeah, manufacturing, warehouses up here. What I'm thinking, here's kind of what I'm thinking before we get going here, is just like a road out. Oops. Like that. Another one like right here. and you're kind of like wondering what those little T things are for. But for next time, I'm going to put some of the excavators on the edge of these. Maybe even another one in here. I don't know, but I'll think about it before next time. But generally speaking, I think that's kind of what we're looking for, and I think this will turn out to be a very, very cool area when it's all said and done. We're kind of in this valley here. We have a couple different planes of height. We have some connection points up to the other rural highway. I think it's gonna be cool. I wasn't exactly sure where it was going in the beginning, but I think it's gonna be cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode. I know it doesn't look like we got a lot done. We just put some roads down, but trust me, it's all going to be worth it in the end. It's all kind of part of it's just part of the game. It's part of the infrastructure, especially when you use 25 tiles. It's a lot of space. And but we're defining some of a large area here that will become a massive ore facility, and so I think it's worth it. And I think we'll find that out in the next episode. But everybody, thank you once again for watching. I really do appreciate it, and let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, thoughts down in the comment section, and I will see you in the next episode of Modded Valley here in City Skylines. Bye, everybody.